extend to the highest point of Mahanga, the highest point of Kirao, the highest point of Wesumbu, and the lowest point of Kamsandara, and the lowest point of Kasenyi and other areas. Has stopped. It should not be the end point, but it should be the beginning point for Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited to be able to finish what has been left behind, that is not finished, and also to add more. But I also want to say that Kasese is such a blessed place that we can generate power from water, that is hydro, but we can also generate water, power from solar. And I want to inform you, Honorable Minister, that KIlembe Investment Limited was not sleeping on the job. For the 17 years they have been in service, they have gained enough experience and they have explored other avenues of seeing how best they can generate. And as I speak now, they have entered a partnership with Kasese District Local Government. We have entered an MOU to provide them a piece of land on hire, and that they are ready now to generate solar power. We believe the ministry will support them in this endeavor, and they will generate and be able to support our communities. We have communities where we may not be able to deliver hydropower because of the terrain, but with the solar we may be able to do it at any point. And I therefore want to request that you support them in this endeavor. It is for the well-being of the people of Kasese, and it is in conformity with the Uganda government NRM Manifesto 2021-2026 to ensure that people access clean energy. And this fits well in the 2040 vision. I believe and trust that your ministry will take this initiative seriously and support them. And this is my appeal to the people of KIlembe Investment Limited. You know, when you serve a society for a particular period of time and your services are appreciated, even when they say government has decided to withdraw that power of distributing power, they are not saying you are bad people. They are only saying, you know, government is the regulator of everything. Whereas we are promoting private-private partnership, but we also want you to begin to think big outside the box, like you have thought that now you want to see how you can generate power using solar. So sometimes the distribution has been a small activity for only maybe like 6 to 10 sub-districts. But now when you begin producing, when you begin generating, you will even be having a wider scope that can even let you reach another level. And therefore, it's like just when a person finds a frog in his garden, and because of that superstition and the way they believe, he will say, this one will make me not finish my work. And instead of throwing it on the land, he throws it in water and it celebrates. Now that you have been given that opportunity, I hope you are going to enjoy even more than what you have been getting. With that, I want to say thank you so much, Ministry, for ensuring that KIlembe KIlembe Investment Limited is not removed from the business of working with you, but as they go into the generation of solar, they will still be under your supervision. And I pray that they get the advice that is necessary for them to be giving services to our people. To those of Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited, my appeal to you, appreciate where your colleagues have ended, and make sure all those that had already applied are served. And also ensure that all those that are applying, because everybody in Kasese wants clean energy, and we are ready to come. We need also to be educated. We request that you use our radio, local radios here to talk to our people, to ensure that they should not get scared, thinking that now KIlembe Investment Limited has not continued to give them, that maybe they may think they will not continue getting services. And it's my prayer, you know, when electricity was being distributed here in the past, they were only concentrating on urban areas. But government thought it wise to serve where the majority of the people stay, that's in the rural areas. And I would like you to take that one to be your focus. Let the people in rural areas access clean energy. And once you do that, then for us as local leaders, we shall celebrate. I want to assure you, as local leaders, I'm speaking as a governor, but on the behalf of my colleague, the mayor of this municipality, and on the behalf of the entire leadership of the lower local governments, the 44 lower local governments, we are there to give you support. All we need is just share with us your programs, and we shall be there with you. I can't leave this floor without mentioning it. Like today I was somehow disappointed. Because you see, the RDC has just come in. I came in at as early as 8:30, thinking that all my colleagues, the leaders, you come for a function at the lower local government, ensure that the local people are informed in advance. Because at the end of the day, I felt so small seeing the honorable minister entering when the local leaders were not there. I was very disappointed. But I want to apologize on the behalf of the leaders, honorable minister, that it's not our own making. There was a communication gap, which has to be bridged in the future. With this, allow me today.
I would like to thank KIlembe Investments Limited for the great work they have done for the past several years. I am myself a proud shareholder of KIlembe Investments, and I'm satisfied that our organization has done has reached where probably government would have taken a lot of time to reach. However, now that it's government policy that they hand over, we have no option but to do so. But I can only request the Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited not to embarrass the government by making people regret why KIlembe Investments was not given the task to continue. There is a lot of demand for electricity in this district. Just last evening, I was in a place called Nyamsore in Mangu sub-county, but the people said you can leave anything else, but we need the road and electricity. Nyamsore is, I don't know how many meters above sea level, but it's quite a distance. But the people's demand is electricity. I would like to let you know, Honorable Minister, that this district, probably one of the largest districts in Uganda, has seen tremendous development during the NRM era. That in the entire 44 sub-counties, you can hardly see a grass-thatched building of anyone. Whoever have moved, whether on the lowlands or in the highlands up there, a grass-thatched building is not anything. Actually, it should be a tourist attraction. We are now phasing out mud and water houses. Even at the farthest point up there, people are building using bricks. Now, they are not misplaced, therefore, to demand for electricity. They want improved living conditions. I would like to request the Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited to know that you have got a big task in this district. People need electricity, and we therefore also request that you quickly respond. Lastly, I would like to reassure you that Kasese as the district is safe. Every morning we get situation reports from every corner of the district, including the border with the DRC. We are safe and we wish you a happy stay. We are safe. Now, only look at services. And one of those areas, especially social services, is electricity, water, health services. Please, they are in very high demand. I want to reiterate what the chairperson has spoken, that we have several poles hanging without wires in several sub-counties, and it has been there for about 4 or 5 years now. 4 or 5 years. And sometimes, as government officials, we reach there and first think hard to see what to tell the people. I wouldn't want to say we tell them lies, but to explain why an electricity pole planted 4 years back has not had any wires, it's very difficult actually. I would like to request that Uganda Electricity Distribution Company begins with those which are already planted. With those few words, I want to thank you very much and wish you a happy stay. Thank you.
Thank you very much for serving the country. We expect a lot from you as partners in this distribution space.
Please, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen. I take the humble opportunity to welcome the Minister and the UEDCL to this Western Service Territory at the auspicious event of handing over the infrastructure to the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development. We thank the Ministry of Energy for the journey we have walked together for the last 17 years. With support from the regulator, we cannot thank you enough. The praises that we are getting at KIlembe Investments would not be able to get them without your support. We appreciate so much for having given us that opportunity to serve fellow Ugandans. The sector is still wide and ripe, and we are still energetic to continue serving the country and delivering service to the people. For the KIlembe Investments, all is not lost because opportunities are still ripe in the sector. And therefore, it is an opening, just like the remarks of the chairperson LC5. It is an opening of a wider spectrum in the energy sector. And for the team of KIlembe Investments that has joined UEDCL, today we work with our head high, with the support that we have had and the energy that we have been using to deliver service to KIlembe Investments people. Wherever we are posted, we are going to do the same. And therefore, bring pride to our sector that we belong to. And therefore, in this, I take a humble opportunity to invite the chairman board to come and welcome the dignitaries present and also the service providers that are going to be taking care of our consumers that we have been serving, and taking care of the shareholder, taking note that some of the shareholders are also consumers of power in KIlembe Investments.
Energy and Mineral Development, the Chief Executive Officer, IRA, the Chairman Board, UEDCL, Management and Staff, UEDCL, the Resident District Commissioner, the Chairman LC5, the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development representative, the district leadership, the Board of KIlembe Investment, and my ex-workers. Honorable Minister, before I proceed to my remarks, there are two things I would like to mention first. The first one is to thank Engineer Sheeema, who has been here twice during my term of office. He was recently here during our AGM and he guided us very well. I thank you, Engineer Sheeema. The second one, I would like to introduce to you the board members of this company. It is a board of 9 people, 7 directors and the chief executive officer and the secretary. At the moment, we have 4 members. That is the chief executive officer and the 3 directors. Can you please stand up for recognition? Now, having said that, allow me now to go to my remarks, Honorable Minister. Firstly, as we today witness the expiry of KIlembe investments license of distribution and sale of electricity to the rural areas in the Western South Territory of Uganda, allow me to welcome you all. I would like in a special way to welcome Honorable Minister of Energy and Mineral Development for honoring this handover occasion. Today, KIlembe Investments Limited is handing over some of its functions, that is the distribution and sale of electricity, to the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, with whom we had a 10 years lease term since October 2014. It is from this mother mission that we are witnessing a new service provider being introduced to the consumers and stakeholders of KIlembe Investments today. It is KIL is a registered company incorporated in Uganda in February 1997 and obtained the first license from the Electricity Regulatory Authority in 2007, and it is owned by 4,086 shareholders. That's a big number. I don't think you have a company in Uganda that with local content with that number. We pride in the 17 years of electricity service delivery in the energy distribution subsector with the government of Uganda support for the power infrastructure that has enabled KIlembe Investments to contribute to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, Uganda National Development Plans, and Vision 2040, spurring economic development through rural electrification activities. With active promotion of productive use of electricity, we have witnessed the transformation of the lives of the people and communities we serve. Honorable Minister, if you went around, if you had the time and you went around, you would see how people are using our power. We have the sewing machines, we have the woodwork, we have whatever they are using our power. In other words, the promotion of electricity here in the southwestern has taken root. Honorable Minister, if it was not the government policy to consolidate all electricity concessions, we as KIlembe Investments would still request for the extension of the license and lease terms with the government, considering the good performance KIL has been exhibiting. Honorable Minister, I would like to mention here that we shall be seated in the pavilion as KIlembe Investments, watching those who are going to take over from us, so that in case they don't perform efficiently and effectively, we are there, we shall guide you where necessary. And this is because we have experienced the company has amassed over time in the energy sector, especially serving rural communities. As you heard from my bosses here, if you went up there, you will see our network. If you went down, you will see our network. And the good thing with my workers here, every time there is an outage, power outages, immediately there is a quick response. So I'm going to request that anything that is disorganizing you, please, you come to us. We shall advise on what to do. We therefore welcome the new service provider, given that some shareholders are actual consumers within the territory. Honorable Minister, KIlembe Investments Limited is still demanding payment for losses worth 3 billion Uganda shillings, being computation of 5.9% energy loss suffered while evacuating power from the power generation plants of Rubirizi, 1 and 2, and Tambora hydropower plant. This has been brought to your attention more than once for your support. Actually, we had a very big loss. The power that was being evacuated by government, the government used our districts on a line. And in that way, we got a lot of loss. Actually, it was more than this 3 billion. It was about 11 billion. But we are saying, we are all Ugandans. Let us take half of this money. Otherwise, if we are very bad people, we would say we want all the 11 billion. So the 3 billion has even been failed to be paid. Honorable Minister, our ceiling today is worth more than the value of $1 in the future, considering that the 3 billion claim originates from 2018 to 2022. May you please kindly support reimbursement so that we move to the transition peacefully. Additionally, Honorable Minister, the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development owes KIlembe investments 501 million in ECP, that's the Electricity Connection Policy. A reimbursement to date. We therefore request for payment to enable KIlembe investment settle their liabilities and move on beyond the transition period. In conclusion, Madam Minister, Honorable Minister, we are grateful to the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, whose leadership has enabled private players like KIlembe Investments Limited to thrive and contribute to the economy, sustainable development goals, and Vision 2040. Should any opportunity be availed under the PPP, that's the Public-Private Partnership arrangement, with the new service provider, we will be grateful for consideration. I remain Bamba Lerikano Musoka, the chairman, KIlembe Investments. Thank you for listening.
Of skills and governance, that the government is no longer selling its properties, but instead consolidating and developing them further. That one is a craft for the government of Uganda. It is through that this country will develop. I need to mention, Honourable Minister, that we have seen companies other than KIlembe, which is owned locally here, but we've seen companies coming out of this country. They come here as private investors, but they are owned by government where they come from. So the same should happen to a government institution like UEDCL, that we're in charge of the government affair. In the future, we shall also be going out of this country as investors, private in those countries, to demonstrate what we can do out of this country. So UEDCL is 100% owned by the government of Uganda. We need to appreciate that, with the shareholders being Minister of Energy and the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, representing the interest of Ugandans. Our mandate as UEDCL, we are the owners of the 33 kV distribution line and below across the country. Even the line is, you see, operated by UMEME now in the town of Kasese. They are our properties. The vehicles painted green, they are our properties. The motorbikes painted green, they are our properties, registered in the UEDCL names on behalf of the government of Uganda and the taxpayer, including yourself. So we are keeping an eye and monitoring on that. We have another mandate of monitoring those concession areas. Currently, there are 2 concessions we are looking at as UEDCL. That is UMEME and Weneleko. The third mandate, we distribute power in those areas which are not concessioned. Mainly the areas outside the concession area. These areas received electricity after the concession period has expired. They are rural areas and they are factory-rich areas. The fourth one, we are manufacturers of poles, so we are investors in the manufacturing industry. We have a power plant that adds value to the agricultural product of eucalyptus trees. So in that case, we support the government agenda of PDM by supporting farmers of trees to buy their trees, treat them, sell them to the market, use some of them in our industry, also export some to the nearby countries. The fifth mandate is a readiness as a government institution to take over any private electricity distributor as would be guided by the government in the case of change of policy or in the case of the ERA determining the performance of that institution. With those mandate members and the Honourable Minister, that UEDCL is operating currently in with 62 operation offices across the country. And as we speak today, we are operating in 96 political districts with 487 employees as of today. With this function, at the end of the function, that is tomorrow on the 1st of April, on the 1st of October, sorry, we shall be adding 6 political districts, and we shall be having a total of 102 added on our operation. In these political districts, we shall be operating 5 offices. It would mean that we are going to add on our list. In total, we shall have 67 offices across the country. And we've increased our staff from 487. We have started by adding 28. And the total by tomorrow will be 515. Honourable Minister, let me pause a bit on that number. The staff that we've added, 28, all of them, 100%, are coming from KIlembe Investment Limited. Stand up, please, the team. One of the boards who have been reporting to KIlembe Investment, including the CEO, who gave a very good report here, branded UEDCL, but on behalf of KIlembe. So, you can take a seat. For the Minister and Chair operating in that country. But as a government institution, we take through the team an interview and screening before they are enrolled onto a government payroll as a parastatal institution. So there were a total of 46 staff. So far we've up over the 28. One has reached retirement age. We might not be in position to take him over, but the other remaining 17 we're still screening and they are on the waiting list. They will be deployed. We have moved it mainly through our key focus areas. We believe in operation efficiency. As a government institution, we embrace technology, and all the 102 districts, including this one, they will be remotely monitored and managed with the technology. That's why we've enhanced efficiency. Among the areas we do operate includes the Karamoja region, Ajuman and Moyo, Buko in Kapchora. We go up to Namaingo down towards Lake Victoria. Then we cross to Mutukula, that side of Chitwe Isingiro on the border of Tanzania. We slope down to Bunagana border on the Chisoro. Then we cross to Bundibugyo and finally we go back to Lake Albert. You'll appreciate our business and our coverage is border to border. We call our companies a border to border institution, and we can be deployed anywhere. The staff in Kil got shocked that they can be deployed anywhere. Some of them asked, where? Do you think I can work in Kabong? We said yes. You are going to serve Ugandans in Kitgum, Kabong, Kodido, and the rest. Anyway, that is a new working environment and the culture of moving around. Personally, I've moved each and every corner of this country, and all those towns I'm talking about, I've visited, I've slept nights there, and they're nice places. The second key focus area for the minister and members in this gathering is our customer service. That we believe a customer is our employer. So whichever we do, we have to listen. And because of that, we have a 24-hour toll-free line service that we communicate with our customer. UEDCL is 24 hours in operation, both on the network and the customer service. We have a team that work 24/7, even ourselves. The third one is our financial growth and sustainability. Yes, we are a government company, but we are not financed by the government. Instead, we are supposed to pay government dividends. It might be in terms of cash, or it could be in terms of economic value. Economic value means that the savings that we do, they are rewarded back into the population through having a fair and stable tariff. Honourable Minister and the regulator, you will appreciate that the operations in rural areas are fairly expensive. But as a government institution, we are giving the service on the same tariff like the main grid charged by Umeme and other operators in urban centers. That means that the population is enjoying our ability to provide the service within the right means, which the population can enjoy. And institution growing. Every year, in the last 5 years, our revenues have grown from 50 billion now to 88 billion. Next year, we shall hit 153 billion after taking over this one and the others. But on the 1st of April, we have another dimension. Our business principles main lies with connecting customers. Chairman, LC5 and RDC, you've talked about customers who are pending connection. From the discussion we've had with the leadership of KIL, they have a list of all pending connections. We can assure you those customers who are not yet connected, provided there is a pole and they just need one service cable, we have the materials and we've moved with the cargoes on the trucks there, painted. Their meters, everything, including poles. There's a trailer for poles behind there. So we are moving with our luggage ready to be deployed. They'll be connected. The second variable that we critically look at, that's to make power readily available. How do we make power readily available? We make it physically by engaging the team, the good thing, the team that has been operating here. We've taken them over and we are going to spice them with the other facilities plus other colleagues to mix the experience and the culture. But at the same time, we embrace technology. As soon as we take over, we shall connect all the feeders on our control system. Our control system is a remote sensor that we're sitting in Kampala, but we can see what's happening on that network. We can switch on and switch off from their side, at the same time coordinating with our people on the ground. So if there's a fault, we can easily tell that the fault is on this feeder from this to that. Then direct the engineer to go straight and hammer the fault and rectify it. So in that case, we're making power readily available. The third variable is to manage energy losses. Chairman, board, we appreciate the effect of evacuation losses. But in addition to that, there is also technical and commercial losses. Where we do operate, currently we are evacuating 9 mini dams. We fully understand the issue of evacuating power from the mini generators to the main grid or to the export. And we've engaged the regulator on that case. We shall continue engaging them such that those dams get a dedicated line on the minister. It's quite important because distribution lines are not designed to evacuate power. They are designed to serve the community, whereas evacuation of power is for the dedicated lines and transmission lines. But we shall work with the ministry and ERA to make sure that the environment is clear. Process through the leadership of the district political and RDC, we always do inspect our installations, and with the police, sometimes if there is a wrongdoer, we need to mention this one very clear, that we don't have space for a power thief. We shall arrest you, hand you over to the leadership or the authorities, and the prosecution will start from there. And finally, we collect the cash, because as a government institution or as a utility, we need to collect the money in such that we can pay, we can buy spares, and make the service continue. And our cash collection is 100%. That's very efficient. If you get collect to us, you are sure you will pay the money. How? Through technology and through other means of negotiation. So, Honorable Minister has decided by Cabinet in 2022 to consolidate. Allow me to briefly summarize that so far as UEDCL, this is the 5th company we are overtaking. We started by taking over Fed South England company. They were operating in the areas of Chenjojo, Kagadi, Mutukula, Kitwe, and Isingil. And we turned it around. As we talk, we've multiplied the customer numbers by 2, and the revenues have grown by 2.5. Then we moved to Bundibugyo Energy Cooperative Society in Bundibugyo area. We took it over as the second company. The third company that we took over was Badero Abim Community Multipurpose Energy Cooperative Society. This one was serving power in Kotido, Kabong, Kitigum, Kalenga, and the Karamojong area. We took it over last year in 2023, and the customers are enjoying our service. This year, 2024, we've also taken over Chegegwa Rural Energy Cooperative Society, summarized as BECS. They're mainly distributing power in Chegegwa, Nakaseke, Kayunga, and the environment around Lake Choga. Today, we are witnessing a takeover of KIlembe Investments Limited in the Western Service Territory. And this one has added to our operational district, 6 districts plus 96 to make 102. In the same regard, Honorable Minister, the government of Uganda declared that come the end of the concession of Umeme on the 1st of April next year, UEDCL, we shall take over Umeme. We shall be coming back here on the 1st of April across the country when we've taken over Umeme. The discussion is in high gear, and on our checklist, we've ticked up to 80% of the transaction. We are in discussion with the Umeme, we are in discussion with the government, and all the dues plus the financing have been secured. And the Ugandans are going to enjoy. Join us. Congratulations again. We welcome the team from KIL And now you are no longer KIlembe investment employees. You are national employees. Give a clap. A national employee is like a serviceman or a servicewoman. A friend, you can tell him. You can be deployed anywhere, anytime. It's a call. These days we use emails. It's just an email for efficiency. That's Jen. Jen? Yes, Jen. That's Jen. You have been deployed somewhere. As we talk, I think Jen has been deployed around Chikagati, Isingiro, and that places. So with effect from tomorrow, the address for Jen and other members will not be KIlembe. She's going to be stationed, but this Isingiro is near here. I was expecting the team to deploy somewhere, but congratulations. So you are national employees. And since we operate border to border, we believe that the technology and other facilities, you're going to be trained to catch up with our communication systems. But I need to emphasize our core values. It's about teamwork, commitment, trust, and the fundamental one that has made a government institution, UEDCL, to shine and to go all the heights is our integrity. Our governance is not questionable on the minister. If any of our staff commit any crime, even if he or she solicits 50,000, I think cannot even buy a jerrycan of fuel. It can only buy 10 liters. Am I right? Where a crime is committed, a disciplinary hearing is done and you are fired from them. That's it. Because we don't transfer bad apples from one basket to the other. UEDCL, we don't have a policy that you've disturbed or you've corrupted an environment in the say kasese, you are transferred to Mutukula. No. Where audit does the finding, the hearing is done, and the action is taken from there. In the force, that through the disciplinary hearing that happens. That's why we have made all these strides. Because 20 years ago, the reason why the government privatized, it was about inefficiency, corruption, and lack of skills. Now, we are clean, good governance, skills, and everything is moving fine. So we believe that we should also export our services out of this country as investors, and it will happen. You wait. Honourable Minister, before I conclude, I would like to assure the community here that we are here to serve. And you will get a professional service. A professional service through our customer service toll-free and the digital environment. Allow me to give our toll-free line. No need to put airtime on it. And it's a 24/7 number. 0800 20 3088. It is
function. The Honorable Minister, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, we have the Resident District Commissioner, the chairpersons LC5 and LC1 who are hosting us here today, representatives of the government agencies here present, cultural leaders, the board chair of UEDCL and the board chair of KIL and members of the board present, the heads of electricity supply institutions present here, the media, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by introducing myself. My name is Engineer Judith Naiga, the Director Technical Regulation with the Electricity Regulatory Authority. I bring you warm greetings from the Chief Executive Officer, Engineer Ziria Tibalwa Wako, who wished to have been here today, but due to prior engagements, was not able to make it. I am pleased to welcome you once again for your presence as we witness the handover of our KIlembe Investments Limited service territory to the UEDCL, that is Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited. As the CEO UEDCL has explained, this territory comprises of areas of Kasese, Rubirizi, Sheeema, Mitoma, Busheng, and Buhweju. These are all outside the footprint of Umeme Limited. Therefore, before I proceed further, allow me to extend and appreciate on behalf of the authority, KIlembe Investments Limited, for extending electricity services to the area that you have been managing until today. It has been an interesting journey working with you. Yes, we have had many successes as well as a few challenges here and there, but we give credit to your board and management for relentlessly working hard to ensure that you meet the obligations under your license. Honorable Minister, under the mandate enshrined in the Electricity Act of 1999, in the year 2007, the Electricity Regulatory Authority issued a license number ERA/LIC/BIS/017/160 to KIlembe Investments Limited for the distribution and sale of electricity for a duration of 10 years. And since then, the licensee issued by ERA to KIlembe Investments Limited has been renewed regularly, but on a short-term basis until today, 30th September 2024. I'm pleased to highlight that during its license period, the licensee, as we usually call them, KIlembe Investment, has been compliant with the set license terms and conditions. We have walked this journey with them, and while there were issues, we have brought them to their notice, and they have tried hard to endeavor that they work to improve where improvements have been required to ensure a sustainable and a safe, reliable supply in the area, as they are being uploaded today. Their performance notwithstanding, as it has been mentioned, in line with the decision of the Cabinet not to renew concession agreements for private distribution companies in preparation for the implementation of the second generation reforms that are currently ongoing into the power subsector, the Electricity Regulatory Authority did not renew the license of KIlembe Investments Limited. The decision of the authority not to renew the license was communicated to KIlembe Investments Limited on 8th of August 2024. Subsequently, the authority appointed Uganda Electricity Distribution Company Limited as a supplier of last resort for the West Service Territory. As the MD UEDCL has explained, UEDCL is a government agency, it's a government company that currently operates in over 96 districts, as he mentioned them. And when he adds on the 6 that are going to be added, then they will come to the 102. So UEDCL has been managing and supplying power to a district. So as a regulator of Uganda's electricity supply industry, believe that UEDCL has capability of delivering a reliable and quality power supply to the communities in the Western Service Territories. So we urge that you will support them to ensure that they deliver this mandate. As I end my remarks, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to you, Honorable Minister, and your technical team for the tireless support you have given to the electricity subsector and for gracing at this occasion. I would also once again like to appreciate KIlembe Investments Limited for that period of service to the communities in Western Uganda and to wish UEDCL the best as they trade in this new territory. And to everyone present here today, I thank you for making time to grace the handover ceremony. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. I would now like to take this opportunity to invite the Commissioner in charge of Territories, Engineer Ola Jime, who is standing in for the Permanent Secretary. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister, Board and Management of UEDCL, Ola Jime, the Principal Energy Officer, Service Territories and Connections. I'm here representing the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Engineer Irene Batebe. KIlembe Investments Limited has been distributing and selling electricity from 2007. But in 2014, they got a 10 years lease agreement with the former Rural Electrification Agency Stock Board to supply power from 8th of October 2014 up to 8th of October 2024. But as the previous speaker just mentioned, they are given a license for the distribution of electricity, and the license ends today. And the license takes precedence. Okay, so if the license is not there, even if we have a few days for the agreement will be null and void. So it is implied it has now been terminated. Of course, as the previous speakers have mentioned, we are following a cabinet decision which was taken in 2022 to consolidate all the electricity distribution companies for the preparation of the power sector reforms. Of course, the reforms have been taking place. Even the former Rural Agency was transferred to the ministry, so now we are a department, but the functions are still continuing. So in the preparation for this takeover, of course, some activities have already taken place. We have to assess the network so that we know what network are handing over to UEDCL. So that the report is ready. So we're going to hand over to UEDCL the network status report. I'm sure, of course, they've also been moving around to look at the network, but maybe they were just sampling. Okay? But for us, we have covered everything, so that this report is as comprehensive as possible, but at least you have somewhere to start from. And this is just one of a kind, because the other places would look at the network after taking over. But this time we say no, already there be a difference, so at least for taking over, that we have to start from. To UEDCL, I want to inform you that the asset transfer and over agreement is ready and it's being processed, awaiting approval by the Society General. So anytime soon, that agreement will be ready, together with things which we have been working on. So we are also doing. For this function, the UEDCL is going to sign the handover deed. So after has reached, the handover deed will be signed and handover to UEDCL. So there's a legal document, the handover. KIL, thank the work well done for all these years. I know there are many challenges, but you tried your best, and I wish you the best. The chairman, of course, mentioned issues which are pending, transmission loss and so on. So KIL should not think that today is the last day we are going to start with them. We are still going to work together and ensure all pending issues have been resolved to the satisfaction of all the stakeholders. So KIL, we are still together. And for that, of course, we shall need a contact person, because as I've already mentioned, your CEO is living in kasese. So we may need somebody to interact with, because the other side now is handling other issues. We may not want to disturb her as far as the issue of KIL is concerned, unless she will pledge to continue helping KIL. But I should pick from the chairman. Of course, to UEDCL, we have been supporting KIL as they operate in the Western Service Territory. So the same support will continue with UEDCL where possible or where practical. So to all the customers, of course they may not be here, but I'm sure some of them are around, the representative. You will continue receiving the same services you have been getting when KIL was in a place, and even as UEDCL has already promised, they will improve from where KIL has stopped. So we expect better services, everything will be okay. So it's supposed to be a seamless transition. We don't want to say, okay, now the government has taken over, KIL should come back. No, we want it to be a seamless transition so that they don't even feel it, okay? Should even be moving from, they should be more efficient. Then as I conclude, of course, we are pending customers because it came from this side. All those pending customers will be transferred to UEDCL properly, and every customer will be accounted for. So the customers should not say, no, for me I paid when this for KIL were around, now what's being connected, Every customer will be connected with UEDCL, and the ministry will be able to follow to make sure all those customers are connected. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Our team, the KIL, and the local leadership, the RDC, the chairman LC5, na batakenyubuzi mwasinjeri asa okwachero cha munawire mwabukire iliwa. So for those who are from Kampala, you have to learn that language, not by your will but by the situation you're going into. Further, I want to thank KIlembe Investments Limited on behalf of the local people and on behalf of the leadership. We want to thank KIlembe Investments Limited for the services they have given to the people. And 2003 up 2007, we had issues of roadshed here. And it is when by that time we had a reverend who was a chairperson of LC5. And there were a complaint saying, how do we have dams here and we experience roadshed? I remember that's the time the LC5 wrote to the president saying that they are going to request a KCCL to avail kasese citizens with power. And from that time, the president gave a directive that kasese should not experience that challenge of roadshed because they have dams here and they really need to have that privilege. Now, KIlembe Investments had caused people maybe to relax a bit. You see, sometimes we politicians need to tell you the truth. UEDCL has come on board, but some people are really negative on UEDCL. So what you're going to build on first is the PR. I want to request you build on the PR, because when you go to Bundibugyo, for us here and the Bundibugyo, we're almost the same. So I've been experiencing those things they are sharing to us. Sometimes we went there, we were there with the minister, power went off the whole day, even the next day, and everyone was like, what is this? But now let me hope the UEDCL we are receiving here is different from the one we experiencing the other side. But otherwise, the citizens here are very calm when you give them services. But they have, while you like them, they have their right to demand for their rights and services. So if you come and they say you are coming to relax, they will force you to work. Because they need services, and I don't think that we want to experience the bloodshed when we have dams here. So let us to forget KIL is giving us better services. But otherwise, I want to give an example. Me, I'm a supporter of Manu. Up to now, we still remember Ferguson, because from his time, we have never performed very well. So don't cause to us the Batako Kase to cause it called KIL as another Ferguson here. And when they are there, you hear them alarming, saying, our own, they were doing this. And two, these people, this company has been for the Bataka. It's for the Bataka. They had their shares in the community. They were using the shareholders. Because someone will find you trying to temper with the poll or anything, because he knows the company is his or hers, would not be you as a thief. So we had some peace when it comes to that much theft. So I think you need to re-engage so much, KIlembe investments, so much, to the level that you need to go even to the level of engaging their shareholders, so they can also. I want to thank UEDCL. At least you have taken some stuff. I want to thank you for that, because the minister is happy with it. I remember that he engaged one of your bosses over the same matter I said. Really, we need to make sure that we take the sons of the soil, and they can assist you to network. And since you have some of them, they will assist you to have something move. But I want to welcome you to Kasese. That's what I can say. Me, it is my first time to receive UEDCL. I think me and the chairman 5 and the other DC, for us who have been, someone sent us a pic who was somewhere and was like, again, UEB's back is coming to take our power away. Said no, because so the label was almost like that one of UEB. So I was like, again, we are back to the problem. Said no, this is a new system trying to come and move things. One, thank Jen for the good work I've been doing to KIlembe Investments and the board. One, thank you. As we had agreed, now this one is going to show that we have capacity as board. Don't show that the company is going to shambles when this one goes. That's the high time we need to prove to us that the shareholders gave you the mandate and shine more and make business. This UEDCL can give you business. There's a lot they have. You can make business with them. And I want to request that Madam Minister try to make sure there is good PR with the KIlembe Investments and UEDCL. Some other businesses, they can bring that to them, and then they coexist together and work together as a team. But otherwise, I know our workers are going to travel overseas now. They were used to this usual area here. So others are going to north, others are going where. But I want to request you, go and show the image, the positive image from KIlembe Investments. If they reach that lecture, they should know that this was a real mentoring company that has mentored you very well, and you show. Gawaira mukaenda hii mwakola ndeke atubamenya mbu mnoteski. This is the start of the journey. You'll be in the ministry, go to the ministry. We are now climbing ladders. So it's a matter of working better, and then you see how you'll make it clear. But I want to thank you. I want to thank the ministry who have been engaging you on various issues, majorly pertaining KIlembe Investments, to sort out some other simple stuff. But I want to thank you for the cooperation, and we believe we shall keep in touch. As a minister from this area, we shall coordinate to make sure we don't have the incomes, because we are government, so we need to really make sure there is no hiccup there, and we see how the image is rebuilt. Since we are from ICT and national guidance, where you get challenges, you approach us, then we come and rebuild and engage the community to progress. I want to wish you a nice stay here, nice start of the journey for UEDCL, and please enjoy Kasese. Kasese have had various national functions, and I believe some of you have enjoyed. Engineer all has been here. I know you are yet even to. Have you learned Lukonzo now? So maybe I betrayed you, but We want to thank you so much and say please when you go back peacefully. Safe journey masses. Habwa kaingo na businga bwetu.
Minister, representative of members of parliament, representative of Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development and staff, the resident district commissioner, the local councillor led by district chairperson, the chief executive officer of the electricity regulatory authority, represented by engineer Judith Naiga, the board chairman UEDCL and members of the board and members of KIlembe Investment Limited and staff and former staff. I see you've already been rebranded. Principals of the electricity supply industry, religious leaders, media personalities, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure and honor to represent my Minister of Energy and Mineral Development. I am Dr. Patricia Litho, Assistant Commissioner for Communication and Information Management at the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development. And for me, it's an exciting journey. And it's also interesting to hear how the story is laid and retold. I've been in the sector for 16 years. And I worked with Rural Electrification Agency, and I recall being in charge of setting up the new service territories, KIL being one of them. And the same doubt we are having about UEDCL is the same challenge we are being given by other people in the sector, saying, how can you give a private investor like KIL, like BECS to run this? And I remember my executive director, Mr. Godfrey Turiaikayo, had exposure in Latin America about rural electrification and electricity cooperatives and doubt they're having with UEDCL, but I have no fear. Why? Because actually this infrastructure is owned by government, overseen by UEDCL. So it's just going back to the owner, and I believe they know better. They've been part of the people building our capacity. Government is often faulted for its capacity to run business, but UEDCL has shown that it can. Allow me share the story of UEDCL in managing the sector or managing distribution lines in this country, and as everybody has shared about the second generation reforms, where we are moving with this. Starting from 2017, UEDCL took over Fadsalt Engineering Limited. Those of you who knew Fadsalt, covering Kanungu and a few of those districts, and they absorbed most of the staff there. Of course, with government, we always have our procedures of recruiting, and we follow that. So most times, as you've heard from the UEDCL Managing Director, issues of age, however skilled you are, sometimes we have to say it is time to rest. That is the public service standing order that we go by. Unfortunately, we have to follow this. And he's already shared this. There are categories from KL fall under that category. Government also follows minimum qualification as they take you on board. So that has been... Again, we took over 18 members of staff, and the same procedure was followed. Then we went to Padera being Community Multipurpose Energy Cooperative Society, known as PACMEX, in 2023. Again, we took over more than 27 members of staff. We took over Chegwega Rural Energy Cooperative Society earlier this year, and EP and other agencies like Homeme. And again, the same skill. They look many, but again, they are limited. The beauty is that the sector still needs them and will absorb them. And today, as you've heard from our MD, we are taking over 28 members of staff and 14 are in waiting, meaning we are assessing them and we could take them elsewhere. The beauty about UEDCL is that with the second generation reform that is already with UEDCL. So I think there shouldn't be fear in terms of absorbing, but our minimum requirement stands as government. I thought I needed to emphasize that. The other issue, before I read the minister's remarks that were raised, the issue of the outstanding bill because of the evacuation power. This has been noted. The regulator is here, the ministry is here. I'm not sure if transmission is around, but you said you have written several times. Maybe we could be guided where this communication has gone. Because transmission, I think you signed a power purchase agreement with transmission for evacuating this power. Wow. They are nodding that they didn't. See, and I think even the representative of the minister has highlighted we acknowledge as someone coming off also as a result of the reforms, I moved from a Rural Electrification Agency to Ministry of Energy. Now, plus COVID and the transition period, we lost over 4 years. So from 2020, we started this project. We had the Get Fit project, funded through GIZ. We had the World Bank project. Also in Kasese, we have projects under defects liability under sub-county project. Those ones are progressing. I think there are places like Rubirizi. I might pronounce the names not correctly, but I stand to be guided. We have, I think, Vitisia, Chezova. Those ones are under defects liability. Now we have a number of areas. Our contractor declared, it's okay, our contractor declared bankruptcy, and so we had to get a new contractor. And we are going through the usual Kahumba to Chitabona, Kamugobe to Katasanda, right? Then we have Kagando to Kasemire. Now those are the ones I'm aware about. If I've left out others, please help us, give us those names, but the ministry is aware, because these were carried over as liabilities during the transition. So we are aware, and actually we are in the process of procuring a new contractor, but we shall have a conversation with UEDCL as we go about this. UEDCL has also acknowledged how they are going to handle all pending connections. We also have the scale-up